don't want to live in a world where Natasha Cloud is being punished for being outspoken. It is not what our league has been built on. In fact, being outspoken is part of the fabric of our league. It's what connects us to our fan base. Actually, Tosh is a great example of that. We've actually changed the world. I'm not even joking. Yes, we've changed things for our league, but I think that has trickled into the actual society that we live in. And it's what has gotten us to where we are today. So for me, that would be the antithesis of the WNBA's identity for Tosh to be, blackballed in this way.
Are you insane? I know Curly Sue Bird is going through a divorce. I know the emotional trauma of divorce can cause you to think irrationally at times, but Sue Bird really expects me to believe that the WNBA changed the world? This damn league has never been popular or influential in America. So, how in the hell has the WNBA changed the world? According to Curly Sue, I don't want to live in a world where Natasha Cloud is being punished for being woke. It's so unfair. Why can't she find a job? I did a little bit of research on Sue Bird. I had to spend a few minutes doing my best to avoid the articles that included Meg Rapinoe. Uncle Casey does everything possible to avoid digital contact with Meg. But as I made my way through articles about Sue Bird and her failed relationship with the inspiration of prepubescent boys, I came across an interesting piece of information. Sue Bird is part owner of the Seattle Spankers, the same Seattle Spankers that she pretended to play basketball for in the WNBA, the same Seattle Spankers that Sue Bird spent her entire WNBA career with. As part owner and as the face of the franchise, I would assume that Sue Bird has plenty of influence. Now, with that being the case, and with Natasha Cloud continuing to cash unemployment checks, why doesn't Sue Bird give her a job? Ironically enough, the reason Sue Bird and the Seattle Storm refused to hire Natasha Cloud, the reason was unintentionally provided by Sue Bird herself. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the main channels in the description below. Look, Sue Bird is right. Historically, the WNBA has been a league of activism. We relate to our fans through our activism. Our league is inclusive. The WNBA stands for all women. We include biological women and the men pretending to be them. In the past, WNBA players were allowed to do and say whatever the hell they wanted. Why? Well, for starters, it generated publicity for the league. For decades, the WNBA failed to generate interest based on the product on the court, mainly because the on-court product is the drizzling shits. So when Natasha Cloud generated headlines for dedicating her life to communism, when Bob Greiner pissed people off for kneeling during the national anthem, the WNBA didn't care because they had nothing to lose. But now, the WNBA has everything to lose. This is pure speculation on my part. But I think the diva of dump divas, Kat Engelbert, I think Adam Silver and the people who were dumb enough to invest hundreds of millions of dollars into this dump of a league, I think they know that the WNBA is built on a shaky foundation. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Felines, they are struggling to sell tickets. Now the media, they're blaming price. The media is claiming that prices are too high. But when people really want to see something, price is usually not a deterrent. Check out the attendance this weekend at the Indiana Fever's preseason game. Now, to be fair, this is the preseason, but there is literally no one inside the arena. I've been telling you guys since last year, the WNBA seems to be losing momentum. Interest seems to be declining. But Uncle KC, the WNBA is constantly trending on social media. Some of your best performing videos recently on YouTube have been about pretend basketball. Yeah, but there's a difference between social media interest. There's a difference between people being interested in the decline of the WNBA and people being willing to watch or spend their money on the product. With the league on a shaky foundation, the last thing they need is Natasha Cloud pissing people off. The last thing they need is Natasha Cloud giving people another reason not to watch, which is why I believe Natasha Cloud is still unemployed. The offseason's over. We're a week, maybe 10 days away from the WNBA regular season. Natasha Cloud is supposedly one of the best point guards in the league. She is being defended by team owners. She's being defended by general managers. The WNBA, they are doing damage control. They are trying to convince us that Natasha Cloud is not being banned, but for some reason, Natasha Cloud remains unemployed. I wonder why. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later on the main channel.